one of my episodes like are an emotional implosion, and like there's so much like I can hear voices at times. I can, it's hard to describe. It really is. But like when that happens, it's just like it feels like it lasts forever. I literally always feel like I want to die. I'm like, yo, please, like someone pick me up my misery.
I never heard it described that way. So is it like so it's almost equivalent to like a physical pain, except it's all mental. Like it's a mental pain.
Imagine your first heartbreak, right? And like that being on 100 all day for like an hour. Like, and like you just, there's no way to, it hurts. It hurts. Like I just cannot describe it like in words. It's like someone's like literally ripping you from the inside out. Like.
Hey everybody, it's your girl E.
And it's your guy JR.
And this is
For All the Adults. Welcome to the Adults Table, where we sit at the adult table and have conversations that switch the narrative and inspire change.
Without tearing each other down, but lifting each other up. And this is episode 9.
Yo, we almost there.
I know, yo. It's the one episode before the end of the season.
Damn, man.
Dang, I know you guys missed us, man. Listen, being outside, like, what's one of the greatest decisions? I think that John actually, y'all gonna see John in the next episode.
Yeah.
But
he come
John,
on the next episode.
like, that was probably the greatest management advice he gave us, was to be like, yeah, no, y'all don't need to be potting during the summer. Y'all need to be living life.
Yeah,
that's how y'all get y'all material.
Because when that warm weather hit, so did I.
Like we ain't been inside. Like This is why the reason that it's been a pause in pods is because we honestly have just been outside. That's just the honest truth.
No, facts. And it's been a good time.
Yeah,
and it's been a good time.
Yeah. We've been outside since the warm weather hit. Since the sun started getting a little higher in the day.
It's 91 degrees today.
Yeah. We stay outside. Like we outside. And listen, and if you listening, I hope you get outside.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Stay outside.
Get out. Listen, the best advice that I learned is that it's not on the dating apps. None of that. They outside. They outside.
They scared to come outside.
Listen, sis, they outside. I'm telling you. Sis or bro. Oh. whatever you what's the word? Whatever they go with, whatever gender,
whatever subscription you subscribe to,
whatever
your
it is for you,
is,
they all outside. They are outside.
Big facts, man. And yesterday was a good time. Yesterday was Ditch Day.
Yeah, shout out to Juneteenth.
Yesterday was Juneteenth. Juneteenth, baby.
Juneteenth.
More importantly, man, we remember. We remember that we free, It ain't gonna take me 2 years later.
Right. We gonna know we free. So happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth. And then the heart of Juneteenth of being black
it's
together.
Also June go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know where you was going. All right.
In honor of Juneteenth, and also June, which is Men's Mental Health Awareness Day. Shout out to that. Let's go.
Segue.
Episode 9 is about mental health.
Mental health.
Yeah, man. How it affects us, how it can detour us at times from goals that we want, and how it could tear relationships up as well.
Yeah, but also how healing can bring everyone together.
Yeah, there's also positive mental health. Yeah,
it can be positive as well.
Yeah,
it can help you. So where we at? So JR, you have a bigger struggle in mental health than I did, than I technically do, because I never was diagnosed with anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So for you,
not even autism.
No. They say you don't need a diagnosis. Oh
yeah.
You just diagnose yourself.
Oh, facts. Okay.
But no, I didn't even diagnose myself for autism.
Oh, all right. So, just wait.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. It might kick in a few years.
That's true.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, so when did you feel? When did you start feeling like mental health was important? Like, when did it start to impact you?
Yo, the best advice I can give, and probably people won't take until they absolutely have to, is do not wait till life happens for you to go get help. So
do not wait until life happens.
If you feel like something is wrong with you, or you feel like you're not right in any capacity, like when we're not physically feeling well, right? We just be like, yo, I need to go to the doctor right away.
Right,
if something
right,
happen, like a small symptom, like just the same thing should be with your mental health, yo. Something is wrong.
Right.
And people don't believe like something is wrong. No, something is wrong. So mental health only became a thing for me once I first had my first episode of from my bipolar 1 and schizophrenia.
Okay.
That's when so it's not funny, but it's funny now.
But you know, it's good to I look back on a lot of things and laugh. So you know.
So I literally like one of my episodes like are an emotional implosion, and like there's so much like I can hear voices at times. I can it's hard to describe. It really is. But like when that happens, it's just like it feels like it lasts forever. I literally always feel like I want to die. I'm like, yo, please, like someone pick me out of my misery.
I never heard it described that way. So is it like so it's almost equivalent to like a physical pain, except it's all mental. Like it's a mental pain.
Imagine your first heartbreak, right? And like that being on 100 all day for like an hour. Like, and like there's no way to it hurts. It hurts. Like I just cannot describe it like in words. It's like someone's like literally ripping you from the inside out. Like
did they ever do something where they hook something up to your brain and record your brain when you having an episode or something?
No, I did get an MRI on my brain and stuff like that, so they could like see.
And that's
like,
how they diagnosed it.
No, they diagnosed it before. They knew something was wrong with me.
Oh man, but what were some of the things or tests that were done to even fully diagnose you?
So when I first got diagnosed, I had to go be hospitalized. So my parents put me into the hospital. I was like 26. I believe 26 or 27, something like that. And I met with the nurse practitioner. She had me fill out. She was asking me all these questions, and I'm just like, these are basic questions. And I see my mom, my dad, and the nurse as I'm answering these questions, and she's asking me, and their faces and jaws are just dropping. I'm just like, yo, y'all good? So she finished the question. It's like 25 questions, something like that. She was like, are you okay with all of the behaviors that you said you're good with? I was like, yeah, I'm young. Like everyone does it. Just normalize. She's like, no. Everybody was like, no, none of that is normal. At all. And so I think about when did I start normalizing everything, and I realized like I have to make a complete switch right now because everything that I'm used to, or I believe everyone did, no one was doing.
That is interesting,
At all. So I was just like, yo, my whole entire reality was not real. So you got diagnosed, you said at 26. Yeah, 26, 27, something like that.
So before that, like when were you feeling those feelings? When did that start?
I just thought it was something I was supposed to put away.
Oh, so it was all your life, you would say?
Probably like 17 to 18 when I remember like first having like that type of feeling. And I just thought it was something I was supposed to I thought that's something everyone just deal with. So like, in our culture, it was just whatever. I just got to get over it, whatever the case may be and stuff like that. And so I just packed it up. And just kept going. Little did I know, when you wait.
That's interesting because like when I think about mental health, like I wouldn't even know that how could you have known that there was something wrong? No one describes the feeling. They don't describe any of that.
Yeah, but one thing is like my friends would be like, yo, JR's wild, like yo, he's out of pocket, off the wall. Like people would tell me also like, yo, everyone is like from my vantage point. I was just like,
everybody's doing this stuff.
Like I was just so like okay with like everything I was doing. Like nothing seemed risky or out of the ordinary for me because like number one, my perspective and scope was so limited just to me, and I'm just like, yo, people just aren't living life. I had no idea what manic.
You was living YOLO.
Yo, bro,
that's crazy.
I was having manic episodes. I had no idea. There was one time I was going to the casino every day for like 6 months.
Wow.
Every day.
Yo, every day?
During work, after work, sometimes like right before work, like, cause it was open 24/7.
But see, like, I would look at that and be like, oh, like, JR has a gambling addiction.
I haven't been to casino one day after that.
But that's the thing. It's like, how do you know? It's like you have, in this case, how would you know you got a gambling addiction versus actually having like a manic episode?
Yeah, cause I barely remember half of it.
Right.
I just remember the casino. And like when you're done, the sleep that you get is crazy, yo. Wow. Cause I wasn't sleeping.
Right.
But I was still doing work and everything like that. Sometimes it worked to my advantage, but sometimes it doesn't.
It sound like you was on a limitless pill, like.
Oh no, I don't want that then. It worked out because I was winning, so
right. It sounded like you was on like the limitless pill.
So like John would like come in like in the at night and stuff like that, and I'll be coming for, and it's just $100 bills on the table, and I'll just pick it up from the pile, take it to the casino, and come back, and like it was just like that for like 6 months. Wasn't eating, just drinking, like it was crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, let's come out. He's like, yo, you need to slow down. I'm like, nah, bro, you need to live life. My friend Dewad thought something wrong. He's like, yo, you need to get y'all. And MJ, she was with me. I tried to hide it from everybody.
Right.
And I had my episode of her and my friends for the first time.
Wow.
Yo, dog, that was a bad joint. I was screaming to the top of my lungs. It was like painful, yo. And she's knelt down and she gets sat right next to me. She's like, yo, it's gonna be okay. She thought something was wrong too.
Right. So, wow. Yeah.
It wasn't until I found out the hard way that I knew something was wrong, man.
Yeah.
And bro, the whirlwind of it, like the manic episodes on the sad end is terrible though. You never even feel like getting out of bed, but
wow,
man,
and that is heavy.
There was so I had one before I started taking medicine. I had one, and I renovated my entire bedroom in 3 days, no sleep. You just 3 days, like. Pulled up the carpet, laid the hardwood floors, painted, ceiling fan, moved everything around, fixed the windows, the sideboards, and all of that. 3 days.
Right.
But when I sat down and like once it was over, I was gone.
Like, what do you mean gone?
Gone. I fell asleep for like a day and a half.
Wow.
Gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's heavy. Like I'm trying to, cause like, yeah, you know what? If I would have seen that behavior, I'd have thought something was wrong.
Yeah.
But initially, I would have probably just been like, "Yeah, you just gotta live life."
Yeah.
You know, like I would think like, "Wow, you just out here. You just out here living life."
The functioning, it felt functioning because like, all right, so I was also in my master's program and like I did all the work ahead of time, like for the entire semester and like a weekend.
Wow. Yeah, that's.
I use my success as an excuse not to go get help.
Right. Yeah, because you're like, yo, I'm still getting shit done. Yeah. Like, it's shit normal to me. Like, what y'all talking about?
But when things went bad,
it went bad.
Boy, they went bad. Like,
man,
it was really bad. Really bad. I had to go to inpatient. That's how bad it got.
Man.
Yeah, I was in it for like 14 days.
14 days?
Yeah.
What did y'all do when y'all was in there?
Yo, man, it's just for you to get regulated on your medication and stuff like that.
Oh, so they just have you on medication. So is there padded walls? Excuse the stereotype.
Yeah, man, honestly, I feel like family in there. I feel like everybody normal than me in here, for real.
Was it like the NSYNC video? I try myself.
No, it ain't that. Okay. It ain't that. But there are some motherfuckers in there.
Oh, that's like that?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
so it was like you was in a regular room. Yeah. You was among the people.
Yeah.
What did y'all talk about in there?
Oh, we ain't talk about nothing, man. I saw the psychiatrist one time, the entire time I was there. Right. One time. And they ask you 2 questions when you're in there. Are you hearing the voices, or do you feel suicidal today? That's the last time you see the doctor. Interesting.
So it's one of the two. It's hearing voices or suicide.
Are you suicidal? Those are the only 2 questions they ask you in the morning, ask you to get up, and that's it. That's the last time you see a doctor.
Yeah.
That's it. It's kind of like, yo, that's not the help that you need. That's the help you may need to get regulated, but it's
how were you able to leave?
Oh. So my paperwork got lost.
Yeah.
So
so that's why you were even there that long.
No one knew I got shuffled in with the numbers just like everyone else does. So I'm just like, yo.
Well, how did you get in? Like, how did you get in?
I took myself in.
Oh, you took yourself.
My therapist said, yo, if you don't go in voluntarily, I'm going to send you in there involuntarily.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So that was...
What did you say to her that made her say that?
Oh, I did it. So when I would have bad episodes, like I would just have like bad cuts on my arm. Like I would just like, I would think like the devil was like in my skin.
Right.
And I tried to cut him out of my arms. Like that's how bad my episodes would get on the back end.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that is serious, Jay.
Yeah.
That is serious.
This is where all these scars on my arm came from. I was trying to like, it used to be way worse. Way worse. Took some time to heal. Yeah.
That is serious.
That shit was embarrassing.
Gosh.
I hated it. I ain't tell nobody for like 2-3 years.
Yeah, I remember.
Like, I was like,
honestly, when you first told me, I thought you was lying. That's how much I just think niggas never tell the truth. Like, I'm like, yo, this nigga lying. He talking about schizophrenia and bipolar disease. Niggas don't get that type of disease and tell about it. Like, you know, like
but
that's...
You see how telling that is right there. When someone is telling you that, like, they're hurting or they dealing with something, our first reaction is that I believe them.
Yeah.
Cry for helps often go unheard, man. They really do.
Yeah, because I definitely didn't believe you at first. Like, I'm like, he's lying. Like, you don't even gotta lie to me. Like, that's how I thought. That's how.
Nah, man. It was embarrassing. Number one, I still hate it.
Yeah.
I hate that people know now. It's the most embarrassing thing for me. Like, yo, I don't like using it as an excuse. I don't like saying, it's because of this and stuff like that. Yo, it's my problem, so I deal with it.
Right.
And I feel like sometimes people use mental health as they weaponize it, right? Like,
right.
Oh, I'm dealing with this, so I can't do that. Like, fuck out of here, bro. But I'm on my medication now. I'm chilling and all of that. But I'm just like, yo, people need to stop weaponizing it as something else because people are actually dealing with shit.
Right. Yeah.
I'm one that got out. Well, imagine people who don't get out.
That don't get out. Wow, that's a blessing, JR. Yeah. You got out.
Yo, I got out.
He got out.
It took me a long time to get on a medication regimen though. Like I hated taking it. I still hate taking it, bro. Yeah. I still hate taking that shit.
Yeah.
The psychiatrist is $500 a fucking hour.
That's crazy.
And no insurance on that one. You just gotta pay him.
But the psychiatrist you talk to like a therapist though.
Yeah, he was good.
They could just prescribe you medicine.
Yeah, but my psychiatrist, he was on point. He might have saved my life for real on the low.
Right.
For real, for real. He helped me a lot.
Was he a black man?
Nah.
Oh, okay. He was a man.
Yeah, he was a man. He helped me. He retired. I was like one of his last clients. He retired.
Yeah. That is so interesting. Dang, I never was diagnosed or anything like that. Shit, I was just depressed and like had suicidal thoughts.
But that's the same. That shit, it all hurts, man. It all hurts. Like,
yeah, it does. Like I can remember this. Like I can remember wishing that I didn't wake up the next day, and just like it do hurt. It's like you just want everything to stop, and you just don't want to be a part of anything or you just want like let's just go away. Like
I understand that feeling.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that was the feeling that I felt. And honestly, you know, therapy for me, was definitely like a help.
Yeah. I'm really bad at therapy though.
Why?
Because I couldn't see my psychiatrist much, but I would tell him like, yo, therapy doesn't work. And he says, because you keep always coerce people to talk about themselves instead of talking about you. That's a huge wall you have to tackle.
That wasn't a problem for me.
I like that.
I took them. In fact, honestly, when she started talking a little bit about herself, like it's like, bitch, this about me. I don't care about you. What's going on? Listen, for me, therapy was like an outlet. It was being able to talk and say everything that's on my mind for real, without having to worry about anything. Like without having to worry about judgment or, you know, just I didn't have to worry about anything. Like this person had no idea who I was, no idea of the people that I was talking about. So they really didn't have the real context.
No judgment.
Yeah, it's about me, and that's what I appreciated with therapy.
I like that. It's hard to find a good therapist. No, I take that back. It's hard to find a therapist that you can connect with.
Right.
That's different. But there's a lot of good therapists out there, and there's a lot of bad ones, just like doctors or anything else.
Yeah.
But I really do encourage people to go out there and it's going to be whatever you make it.
Right. Get some therapy. Get some help.
Therapy comes in many forms. It's not always just about.
That's true.
There's music therapy. There's writing therapy. There's so many tools and avenues that you can take, and not to get help is actually wild.
Right.
On the outside looking in now, because what I learned is it gets worse.
Wow.
It gets worse.
Yeah.
If you don't get help, it gets worse. And you're gonna have backtrack. I still have episodes here and there, manic episodes, whatever the case may be. But they aren't as intense if I wasn't taking my medication or getting help.
Right. Yeah. Well, we kind of should we go? I mean, adult topic and adult topics and adult conversations sort of rolled into one here.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, we're rolling. We're rolling.
Yeah,
we're rolling.
Yeah, it rolled into one.
Yeah.
Man, so do you want to do adult moment now, or you know what? We didn't talk about men's higher because it's really men's mental health week, right? Or
month.
And men often say that nobody cares about them for real.
Mm-hmm.
Men often say nobody is listening. Men are having a high suicide rate. That's beginning to be not beginning to be a problem. Even it's it's been a problem.
Yeah.
So I guess why is that? Why are men feeling this way?
Well, from what I read and things like that, and the problem when it comes to men's mental health and suicide is that the rate that it's growing.
Right.
Imagine we're just sitting here right now and it's 91 degrees outside.
Right.
And 20 minutes from now it goes to 40 degrees. You'll be like, what the fuck just happened? Something is absolutely wrong with Earth.
Right.
And that's kind of how it is when it comes to men's suicide rate. I believe in the beginning women had a higher suicide rate, but men have more success rate and more brutality when they kill themselves.
Interesting.
So if I'm being objective, that tells me one or two things. One, they're definitely going to get the job done when they do it. Two, when they do it, they really don't like themselves. Because whenever you do something brutally,
you really hate yourself. Yeah. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting, honestly, from men. It's men don't love themselves. Men look at themselves as a second priority.
Yeah.
If that sometimes, they don't, that's something that's concerning to me.
Yeah, it is. But that's also what we're taught to.
Right.
Everything else comes first.
So how can we as women, support men more to help their mental health or just to help them, period? Because these rates, that's not a good thing. So how can what can a woman do?
Well, if there's somebody you care about, somebody you love, a friend, even a foe sometimes,
right,
family member, lover, whatever the case may be, asking "Are you okay?" is not sufficient enough, right? We ask that question all the time to our friends and family, just in general, everyone, and guess what everyone says? I'm alright. Mm-hmm. I'm doing okay. Things like that.
Yeah.
You really need to learn how to ask a better question that is more thought-provoking. So one question I learned how to ask is instead of asking, how was your day? Ask, what was the highlight of your day? Because it causes someone to think. Questions serve two purposes: gaining information and requiring people to think, right? If you're really caring about something, ask a very intentional question. What's a question you can ask? What was one of your favorite feelings you had today? Or was something that you thought about at least twice today? Or just something intentional about them. Because as being a man, especially one with mental health, I still try to hide it.
Right.
I don't go to my job and use it as an excuse like that, because for me it's embarrassing and it feels weak.
It feels weak.
It feels weak, yes.
Okay.
And I try. Part of it is us. We have to get over ourselves. For sure.
Yeah.
If someone says they're going to beat her, then we have to trust that. They prove us wrong, then like we know how to move about that. But we have to understand that sometimes the world isn't against you.
Right.
And if you just open up just a little bit, like, you can find help. And also, some of it's like a brotherhood.
That I agree with that.
We shouldn't have to. Women should be a plus, right?
Right.
We shouldn't have to rely on women to make us feel.
Yeah, you definitely should have your bros.
Yeah.
But it seems like men, they often forget they brotherhood. Actually, you know what? No, actually, I know. Honestly, most of the guys I know have very tight friendships.
Yeah, as I gotten older, I see it a lot more. Like, we literally say we love each other and all of that. Like,
that's love.
Like,
I love
it's
that.
so much, and it only became different once I leaned into it and started showing who I was and talk about my mental health.
That's the key.
Like, you really have to be forthcoming and all that. And though sometimes it may feels like everyone's like, oh, he's a crybaby. I'm like, oh, fuck it then.
Right.
Fuck it. Let them be or think what they want to think. You need something. You have a need that needs to be met. And if it's not met, you may not know what's gonna happen, but I guarantee you can't handle it alone.
Yeah.
You cannot handle it alone.
So it sounds like, all in all, it sounds like we need to have deeper conversations with each other.
Yeah.
Really try to see one another instead of, just the surface, hey, how you doing today? Or what you eat and who you know what I mean? Like, it should be more below the surface conversations. We need to be having those.
We need to get better at asking better questions.
And yeah.
I don't think we are.
I mean, conversing, period. Like, cause that's because we on technology, I think, has taken that away.
Let me see if I have this real quick. Because one thing I want to know how to do is get better at what's the phrase I'm looking for? How we deal with each other, like in friends and families and relationships and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Is I want to get better at listening. See, I always thought I was good at listening to a point that I hear what people saying. I could comment on people saying, but you got to listen to beneath what people are saying. Yeah. There's so many vibrations going on and things like that. Intentionality, and I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for everyone else, but my friends have been super helpful for me, and that's a tool that I'll never take for granted again. It's the friendships that I carry.
Right. That's why friendship is so important to you.
Yeah, it is. It's very important to me. It is.
So let's go to our adult moment. Let's go to it.
Okay, this is the part where I pose a question.
Yeah.
To you and the audience, and I hope it's fruitful and hopes it gets you to think. Right.
Right.
So, in your life right now, what's a red flag that you had in your life that has turned into a green flag because you got mental help for your health?
To be honest, vulnerability. I used to be very, well, at least more than I am now, because I still am, but I'm an internalizer. Mm-hmm. So, I take things that happen and I just, pack it away. It's okay. Brush it off. Internalize it until one day I just boom, bow, blow up. But now I'm not scared to express myself anymore. As surprising as that may sound.
That's the real E?
I'm not scared to express myself and really say what's on my mind and even say my feelings. All of that, I don't have a problem doing that. Before I did, I was not as vulnerable as I probably am now. I still have a ways to go though. I think I could be way more vulnerable than I am now. Because honestly, you kind of had me thinking about that and having more meaningful conversations instead of the usual. I'm just been going outside. That's all I've been doing. You know what I mean? We need to be having those type of conversations.
Yeah. So do you think those have detoured some of your, or put strain on some of your friendships or relationships in your life?
Probably. Yeah, I would say so. Because it doesn't allow, true vulnerability and true, like, allowing somebody to be there for you, and just, it doesn't allow that true stuff to really set in. So, cause that honestly brings you closer.
That is true.
So yeah, I could definitely be better with that.
What relationship in your life could use more vulnerability?
Probably just with my friends, honestly. At least on my end, it could. I know I can say that on my end it could, because I tend to keep it like very surface. Like, I just like, yo, I'm chilling, like, like, that's, how I be, like, I just like, I tend to keep it very surface. I don't really go too deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever hear people say like, yo, I'm a healer, or like
Right.
people talk to me and like, oh, I'm always a friend looking out for one. No one looks out for me.
Right.
It's because you didn't ask.
Right. Exactly.
You didn't ask, and people don't know, like, being in that situation is you're coping, which I believe, and from what I read, like, you're coping with your vulnerability. So you're trying to be there for everyone else in the hopes that maybe one day they'll be there for you and stuff like that. You deserve to take up space too.
Exactly.
You can if you want to, and if it ain't with these people, there will be a group for you somewhere, somehow. But you won't learn that until you put your foot for it.
Exactly. So now I'm a flip the question back to you now.
Oh, okay.
Since you just got finished, saying all of that, because now it's on you to accept the support and
that
it's
shit.
It's on you. So you got to answer that question now.
That I'm not gonna lie, that was a hard pill to swallow. That was one of the toughest pills I had to swallow. Like, yo, I felt like an old man who couldn't like do everything anymore. Like, I couldn't like fix the house or move the way I wanted to, and like I felt like I was getting angry about not being able to do everything I'm on. Sometimes I do have moments like, yo, I wish I could just be normal again.
Right.
Like, I'll never have that feeling again. And like, sometimes that does make me very, very sad. Like, I genuinely want to be just like everyone else and just like not have to deal with that in the morning or night. But then I have to like take a step back and change a different perspective. Like, there are a lot of people who are like that. Maybe not in this situation, but a lot of other categories.
I was about to say, I think because I know that's what I've said my entire life. Like, man, I just want to be like everybody else. I just want to be normal, like everybody. That's how I felt my entire life. So it's like I relate to that. Maybe not in the mental health space, but I do relate to that feeling. I think on a certain level, everybody wants that. Like, everybody just wants to be like everybody else. Like, I just want to. But the reality is, we're all individuals for a reason.
Absolutely.
Like, we're supposed to have our different struggles and our different gifts, our different whatever, because we're all individuals. So it's not about just conforming to everything all the time.
You're right. And like, whatever you're dealing with, there's always gonna come fears, right? Like, some people don't think they're good enough, smart enough, wise enough. They feel like they're just too broken to be fixing. All these things are lies that we put in our heads, right? Because we're scared to do the hard thing,
right?
And that's ask for help, right? So I have a lot of fears of mine.
Yeah, I was about to say, I like how but you still got to answer the question.
Yeah.
You see how he does that?
To be honest, like, yo, I'm learning to be okay not being okay. Like, in my household, in my family and stuff, like, as a man, like, yo, you were supposed to be Superman. And like, being Clark Kent it's
not fun, right?
It's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun. And
women only love Superman.
Yeah. And so
Clark was a bonus, though. It was like, oh yeah, you're him too, right? Cool.
But what happens when I can't be Superman anymore?
And it's only Clark Kent.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the thought that you used to be Superman is kind of good too, because even though he can't be Superman no more, he could, that's who he was, and so it's in him.
Yeah, it's still in them.
So like it's because it's in you, not on you.
No. But that also showed me that like I'm not around the right people if I can't be both.
I love that. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That was deep, JR.
Yeah, Yo.
Whoa. Oh, both of them.
No, yeah, and I'm okay not being Superman anymore. I'm okay if I can't be Clark Kent either. But like, I'm gonna be me. That's all I need to be.
Hey, they both got Lois.
Yeah. That's why they stay in their lane. Yo, man, but he had kryptonite and like so that's why I guess get help. Seriously.
Get help. You get some support. People will be there for you. That's for sure. People will be there for you. Well, I guess it's the end, right? Make sure y'all do foralltheadults@gmail.com. foralltheadults@gmail.com. And you know what? We want to hear your answer. So email us.
Yeah.
Email us.
Also, if you need help getting therapists, we have a list of therapists that we know that we can send your way. Yeah. A little promo.
Yeah.
And they are good at their job. They are very good at their job. Yeah. But then they do take insurance.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah, you gotta get that. I ain't gonna hold you. You don't want to pay for a price out of pocket.
Yeah, you definitely gotta have a job. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But still, like you said, therapy could be anything. Yeah. Women, please support the men in your life. Yeah. Really listen. Like some of those characteristics that you said earlier about really listening to not only what they're saying but what's beneath it.
Yeah.
Let's have better conversations with
each other. Ask better questions. Literally think about the answer that you want to gain from or information you want to gain from, and think about a question that leads to that. And that's a skill set we all have to learn. That's hard to learn over time.
Right.
It's hard. Well, not hard to learn over time. It's just hard. Like
it's hard to do.
It's hard to do.
Yeah.
But you can get better at it. Everyone can get better at it. Right. Yeah. Yo, man.
All right, for all the adults at gmail.com. For all the adults on all socials, we're going to have some cute stuff for y'all, man.
What's your Instagram?
Stay tuned. _real E.
Man, this wordplay jizzy. 2 E's at the end.
Yo, and it's over. It's a wrap.
Episode 9. Yo, happy Mental Health Awareness Day for
Men's Mental Health Month.
And happy Juneteenth, yo.
Happy Juneteenth.
See y'all all summer.
Yeah. Yeah, we outside.